My name is Jill Beck. I live in the city of Pittsburgh with my husband and 2 kids. I am committed to access to justice as an attorney and as a candidate for the Superior Court. I am running based on my commitment to public service and my experience on both sides of the Superior Court bench. The Superior Court is the Court of Appeals for criminal, civil, family, juvenile, and orphans court cases. Those are all cases I've tried and represented clients as an attorney. I started my legal career at Kids Voice, which is a private nonprofit where I represented abused and neglected children. While there, I had about 200 kids on my caseload at any given time, kids aged birth through 21. And I was in court 3, sometimes 5 days a week. I was in the orphans court, the juvenile court, family court. I represented them in criminal matters when they had minor scrapes with the law. But most importantly, I was in the Superior Court, filing appeals, defending appeals, and orally arguing before that court. So I really know the court from the practitioner side. I know the law that goes into it, and I know the practice of the Superior Court. I also know the court from the other side of the bench, having spent 10 years in the chambers of Christine Donahue, 6 years on the Superior Court, 4 years on the Supreme Court. And while there, I drafted over 500 decisions of the very kind that I will get to decide, elected to the Superior Court. So I know the Superior Court inside and out, from both sides of the bench and from all perspectives. I know the black letter law, I know the procedure, I've been in the trenches, and I've been on the other side. So I feel uniquely qualified to be a Superior Court judge. I'm running for Superior Court because of my commitment to equal and equitable access to justice by all. The Superior Court, as I said, is the Court of Appeals for criminal, civil, family, juvenile, and orphans court matters. This is the court deciding someone's right to freedom, the right to parent their children, the right to their health, their wealth, their safety, their inheritance, their business, their property, and all manner of constitutional rights in all of the statutes in Pennsylvania. These are cases that affect you, they affect me, they affect everyone, not just the litigants involved. And it is so important that there be an independent mind that will reach decisions without bias, without prejudice, and without prejudgment. I want to be on the Superior Court to be that judge who will put in the work and will do the job right, who will make sure that these decisions are made regardless of who you are or where you're from, what you look like, how you pray, who you love, what you're alleged to have done, or how much money you make. That every person gets the same equal and fair treatment by the court. I have always been the person who has wanted to be the change that I thought was necessary in the system. That was how I ended up in law school. I started my first real job was in college, working with kids on probation. And while there, I saw that so many of these kids had pre-existing issues of trauma, abuse, and neglect. And it was because of that experience, I thought there needs to be a change. There needs to be an earlier intervention. There has to be a better way to reach these kids before they get to the delinquency system. And so I took a job working at the Child Advocacy Center at Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. And while there, I got to experience interviewing, forensic interviews of allegedly abused children and being part of the process of trying to be that earlier intervention. And although I thought that was a terrific place and a wonderful job, I realized those families need a lot more services, a more holistic approach to helping them to overcome this trauma that their families had been through. And so, following graduation, I wanted to be that change. And I did a year of AmeriCorps service. And I did that through the choice programs in the Maryland suburbs of Washington, D.C. And there, I was working with kids on probation, again, who had prior abuse, neglect, and trauma issues. But this was an incredibly holistic program, working with them in their schools, in their doctors, with their mental health appointments, with their probation appointments, helping them with community service, and helping them be exposed to the arts, and to sports, and to science, and to things that some of these kids had never really gotten a chance to be a part of. It was in that job that I was able to learn about testifying in court. And it was my word before the judge, somebody who knew these kids probably better than anybody other than their families. And yet I noticed that it was the judge who was listening to the lawyers in the room. And some of these lawyers had only met these kids in the hall. And it was there that I realized I need to go to law school, because I need to be that change. I need to be the lawyer that is going to really get to know my clients, really know the issues that they're facing, and ensure that they get the justice that they need and that they deserve. And so that is what I did. And that is how I ended up at Kids Voice, doing the work that I set out to do, to be that change that I wanted to be in the system. And that is where I want to take this before the Superior Court. I want to be the change in that system, making an equitable court that listens to all people in all entities, no matter if you're the biggest business or the smallest mom and pop shop, no matter if you're represented by the most expensive attorney in the Commonwealth, or if you're representing yourself and you barely have 2 nickels to rub together. I want to be the change because I want to be the judge that is going to put in the work and ensure that the Superior Court is a court where justice truly is for all. The Superior Court is a court of thorough research and very careful writing. It is a court that requires very specific qualifications and skills. Skills that I developed as a practitioner in the Superior Court and also as someone who has drafted opinions of that court. These cases are unquestionably important because the Superior Court is the court of last resort for the great majority, almost 98% of cases that come before it. So it is the final word in all of these matters. I have been highly recommended by the Allegheny County Bar Association to be a Superior Court judge, and the Pennsylvania Bar Association has also recommended me for the role. I know this court, I know the law, I am passionate about the work, and I know that justice is only served when the least of us is treated the same as the most of us. And it will be my duty and my mission as a Superior Court judge to make that a reality.
Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so I can bring you more videos on subjects like this and many other topics. Please leave any comments in the comment section. Any questions or comments, I'll get back to them as soon as I possibly can. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.